आइए आज बात करते हैं ग्लोबल कॉमन्स की। आपने ये नाम तो सुना होगा, हु ओन्स द ग्लोबल कॉमन्स। और ग्लोबल कॉमन्स में आते हैं स्पेस, साइबर स्पेस एंड द डीप सी। फॉर सेंचुरीज पावर वाज लार्जली अंडरस्टूड थ्रू टेरिटरी। लैंड कौन कंट्रोल करता है, सीज कौन कंट्रोल करते हैं, एंड वेयर डिड सॉवरेनिटी बिगिन एंड एंड। बट सम ऑफ द मोस्ट कॉन्सिक्वेंशियल जियोपॉलिटिकल कॉम्पिटिशन टुडे इज अकरिंग इन स्पेसेस जो कोई भी फुली तरीके से ओन नहीं करता। Outer space, cyberspace, and the deep seabed. We often call them global commons. But the term hides a profound contradiction. If these domains belong to everyone, who gets to make the rules? And perhaps more importantly, who has the power to enforce them? पहले बात करते हैं outer space की, which is a common heritage या वो strategic high ground है. International law tells us that outer space cannot simply be appropriated as national territory. Yet, space is becoming increasingly strategic. Satellites enable communications, navigation, intelligence, missile warning, banking, and military operations. At the same time, commercial actors जो हैं वो transform कर रहे हैं satellites की access to orbit, while states are developing counter space capabilities. And now another question is emerging. What happens when states and companies begin extracting resources from the moon or asteroids? You may not be able to own the moon, but can you own what you extract from the moon? That distinction could shape the political economy of space. Let's talk about cyberspace. A commons without geography. Cyberspace creates an even stranger problem. We talk about it as though it was borderless global domain. But cyberspace is not floating somewhere above the state system. Its physical infrastructure, data centers, undersea cables, satellite servers, and semiconductor supply chains exist somewhere. And much of it is owned by private companies. So कौन govern करता है cyberspace को? क्या states govern करती हैं या technology companies या international institutions, or whoever controls the infrastructure? The struggle over digital sovereignty suggests that governments increasingly reject the idea of a completely open cyber commons. The internet itself may be fragmenting into competing regulatory and technological ecosystems. Now, the third global common is the deep sea, which is the next resource frontier. Beyond national jurisdictions lie enormous deposits of minerals such as nickel, cobalt, copper, and manganese. Resources increasingly associated with the batteries जो हम use करते हैं, energy technologies, and advanced industry. Now, international law treats resources in parts of the seabed जो कि beyond है किसी भी national jurisdiction के, as common heritage of humankind. But commercial interest in deep sea mining creates a difficult question. Can something belong to humanity while particular states and companies profit from extracting it? And the deep sea matters for another reason as well. The seabed carries much of the physical infrastructure of globalization. वहाँ से submarine cables गुजरती हैं that carry the overwhelming majority of international data traffic. So वहाँ अगर कोई damage हो, sabotage हो, or surveillance हो उन cables की, that can therefore transform the ocean floor into a domain of strategic competition. So real divide कहाँ पे है? And this is where the politics of global commons becomes uncomfortable. So in principle, these spaces are open to humanity. लेकिन practice में इनकी access is profoundly unequal. Not every state can launch satellites. हर state जो है वो global digital infrastructure को own नहीं करती, afford नहीं कर सकती. Not every state possesses the technology to exploit deep seabed. So the central divide may increasingly be between those who have the legal right to access and those who possess the technology and the economic capacity to exercise it. और ये matter करता है enormously for the global south. If governance rules are written after technologically advanced states have already established advantages, then today's commons could reproduce yesterday's inequalities. So what is the bigger question here? Perhaps who owns the global commons is the wrong question to ask. Nobody owns them in the conventional territorial sense. So हम ये सवाल पूछ सकते हैं, who governs them, who has access to them, who extracts value from them, and who can deny access to everyone else? Because the geopolitics of the 21st century may increasingly be shaped by a paradox. और आप इस पे रिसर्च कर सकते हैं। वो ये पैराडॉक्स ये है, द डोमेन्स दैट फॉर्मली बिलोंग to no one may become some of the most fiercely contested spaces on the earth and beyond it.